Okay, I'm doing this video slightly differently because I'm reviewing a book that I'm going to read out of, and I don't have the ability to hold a camera and read and turn pages at the same time. So this is my review of A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. Now let me start off by saying that I know he lied. I know he made up a lot of this stuff. And I was afraid that would make the book not as interesting or not have the same impact, but it had a great impact on me. I am a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. So it may be that it has a greater impact on people that have something in common with the character. I don't know, but it's very well written. It's the kind of book that as soon as I started reading, I wanted to keep reading. The way he writes was a little confusing in the beginning because he doesn't use a lot of punctuation. He doesn't use any quotation marks, so you never really know whether he's talking or whether he's thinking it or someone else is saying it necessarily. And he also puts capital letters in very strange places, like I'm going to my room, and room will have a capital R. I don't know if that's to make you hear him, I'm going to my room, I don't know. But I thought it was a little strange, made the book a little confusing in the beginning, but then once I got used to it, I really got a lot out of it. I will say that the book is very graphic. In the beginning, he feels the need to describe his vomit over and over, and what kind of chunks are in it, and how it gets all over his clothes. That was really hard to read. Disgusting. I mean, disgusting to the point where the first few chapters of the book probably took me longer than the whole rest of the book to read just because I had to keep stopping. That was really hard to read, and there's also a part where he has to have his teeth fixed with no Novocaine, nothing to numb him, nothing, because he's a drug addict. That, I have clients that actually told me they had to stop reading the book. They could not read past that because it was so graphic, and it is extremely graphic. But somehow he made that emotional. At the end, well, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really emotional book. You have to be open to his ideas. I think a lot of his ideas are right about calling addiction a disease when it's just something you choose not to control, those kind of things. So I really got a lot out of the book. Great story, not too long, well written, keeps your interest the whole time. So I definitely recommend it, especially to anyone that knows someone that's an addict and doesn't understand, or someone that is an addict and doesn't understand their feelings. This will help you. And now I'm going to just read a few quotes, just to give you an idea of the parts that really got to me in this book. This is right at the beginning when he's first going into rehab. He says, "Leaving means going back to addiction and facing either death or jail. Staying means leaving addiction and facing something that is unknown to me. I'm not sure which scares me more." I think that's a common feeling among a lot of drug addicts, and I've never quite heard it said that way, but I thought that was important for people to understand that even though you know you're destroying your life, sometimes the change and the unknown is scarier to you than the destructive thing that you continue to do. This is just the way I think a lot of people in general feel, but especially I think it's something that people try to fill up this space with drugs. He says, "I am alone, alone here and alone in the world, alone in my heart and alone in my mind, alone everywhere all the time, for as long as I can remember. Alone with my family, alone with my friends, alone in a room full of people, alone when I wake, alone through each awful day, alone when I finally meet the blackness. I am alone in my horror, alone in my horror." It gets a little dramatic sometimes, obviously, but I think a lot of people that use drugs use it to fill up that lonely feeling. This is another common feeling I think people have that a lot don't express. More than anything all I ever wanted was to be close to someone. More than anything all I ever wanted is to feel as if I wasn't alone. I've tried many times, tried to kill my loneliness with a girl or a woman, and it was never right. We would be together and be close to each other, but no matter how close we were, I still felt alone. They felt that loneliness, and it made them want to get closer. When they tried, I either ran or did something to destroy what we felt for each other. I can run fast when I want to run fast, and I've always been good at destroying things. That sounds like me. That's what I've always done. I've always said I've wanted people closer to me, and then as soon as they try to get close in the past, I would do something horrible, and then say, "Oh, they left, and they didn't really love me," when I purposely did something to sabotage it. This got to me because I haven't been close to my own brother, and by choice, I'm getting closer to him now, but this was something that kind of inspired me to try to get it together. This is my brother, my blood, the only thing in this world created from that which I was created from, the person in this world who knows me best, the person who would miss me most if I was gone. I never had thought about my brother missing me or caring about me. I had cut off my feelings, so that helped me reestablish some contact with my brother. I know I know a bit about the loss of dignity. I know that when you take away a man's dignity, there is a hole, a deep black hole filled with despair, humiliation, and self-hatred, filled with emptiness, shame, and disgrace, filled with loss and isolation. It's deep, dark, horrible fucking hole. And that hole is where people like me live our sad-ass, fucked up, dignity-free, inhuman lives, and where we die alone, miserable, wasted, and forgotten. Did I mention this book is not very uplifting sometimes, but I understood that feeling, and once again, I've never heard someone quite express it that way, so that helped me. This was something he was reading from the Tao. I don't know the exact name of the book, I'm sure someone will tell me, but one of the things he quoted from the Tao was practice not wanting, desiring, judging, doing, fighting, knowing. Practice just being. Everything will fall into place. I really like that. I also like live and let live, do not judge, take life as it comes and deal with it. Everything will be okay. Basically the same idea, but I thought that worked for me. Just two more. I'm trying to make corrections in my life, and the reason this appealed to me is because it's kind of the way I'm doing things, where a lot of people try to fix big problems instead of starting with little things. And what he said was, I am aware that the battle I am fighting is a petty one, but I'm also aware that in order to win that which is great, you must first win that which is small. So I like that. That might have been from the Tao, I'm not sure. This was just funny because there's a guy in the book that's a mobster, and he keeps trying to get him to tell him what his profession is, and he finally says, I'm the West Coast director of a large Italian finance firm. Funny to me, maybe not to you. Last thing, I don't think a lot of drug addicts think about the impact they have on their families, and his mother's crying and she's allowed to say whatever she wants to him, and what she says is, I had so many dreams for you. You could have been anything you wanted, anything, and you're this. That actually made me cry, just because I've never thought about the impact of what I do on the people that care about me. So that's that. Great book, million little pieces. Go into it knowing it's not all true, but also be open to the ideas because it really can help you. The end.